everybody, and welcome to Silverstone for the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship of 2023. It's the penultimate weekend and the first chance that Ash Sutton has to wrap up yet another World Championship in the touring cars. Rounds 25, 26 and 27, and for the final time this year as well, we're gearing up for the double qualifying. So we've got the usual 30 minutes and then a 10-minute shootout alongside as well. With me in the commentary box is Josh T, and Omi's down in the pit lane. Ash Sutton comes here, 362 points to Tom Ingram's 320. Jake Keel on 300 points. It's the largest gap we've seen coming into a Silverstone round in a long time. And Josh T, you're going trackside tomorrow, hopefully, unless plans have changed. You could see Sutton crowned champion tomorrow. Quite an exciting day ahead of us. Hello.
Hello. Well, yesterday it was a 90% we're going, 10% we're not going. Well, today it is now 100% we're going, 0% we're not going.
Fantastic.
So yes, I will be trackside tomorrow, and I am waking up at stupid o'clock in the morning for F1, yes.
So we're waking up at stupid o'clock in the morning as well. But down in the pit lane for us is going to be the wonderful Louise Goodman and the 1992 British Touring Car Champion Tim Harvey, who's gone for a stroll as the session underway in around about 7 minutes' time. There's a lot of anticipation and excitement coming into this weekend. Let's hand over to the ITV team. Well, we would, but there's actually no audio coming from David Addison and the team at the moment. So while we get that sorted, we'll say good afternoon to Omi, who's with us as well, who is, as always, very, very busy. Hello, Omi.
Hello. Yep, about to set up a lobby as well. So yeah, but let's hope it's a good touring car qualifying, and I'm gonna be getting a few notes down at the same time from this qualifying, so I know what the hell is gonna go on tomorrow.
Yes, Omi's taking you through race one as lead commentator, and it will also be Josh T who will be trackside tomorrow. That's the way the situation will be running. Hopefully we are live. I know we're live on Twitch, and hopefully we're live on YouTube as well, because my laptop seems to have oh, lovely. Laptop seems to have had a bit of a moment as, yeah, just picking up some headphones. Definitely not hearing anything at the moment from that.
There's no audio from my TV.
Yeah, I thought not. So that's always going well. And
Oh,
according
well,
to...
there's the Superbike race. The World Superbike race on the side there.
Oh, Lou was nearly coming through there as well. So there's just having a few issues trackside. Either way,
Live screen.
here we go.
It's
pass on to
amazing,
Louise
isn't it?
Goodman.
Yeah, and it's not just a little monitor on the wall with the times. We've got a whole wall of times. I gather the race is going to be shown in full colour across the wall tomorrow. And because of the backward-facing garages, literally everybody can see. So that fan engagement, sponsor engagement, it's a brilliant concept. I think they've done it absolutely fantastically. I'm not sure about the mechanics working around the cars, bless them. I'm not sure it helps them particularly, but it looks absolutely fantastic.
So it's going to be prime viewing, just standing out at the back of the
I might come and do the race from here.
I'm not quite sure what the concept is like. Well, we very conveniently have here three of the team's drivers. Guys, sorry to interrupt your conversation. We've got you all here. Oh, Nick disappearing off quickly. Actually, Nick, you could just... This setup, we're just saying it's quite something, isn't it?
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, it's for the fans in here. You know, we're going to have a lot of wild stuff going on. We've done a load of green screen recording of us doing kind of quite what you're saying. It's like qualifying time and all these sort of things that are going to be popping up on the screen. So, yeah, an amazing setup.
How much did you all enjoy doing that? I wonder.
We've also got more things than that. When we actually did some recordings on Greece from yesterday, so when we're overtaking people in the race, you know, all the sponsors and partners and obviously the fans out here you can see watching, we do like funny reactions, you know, as we overtake somebody, like see you later as we're like overtaking them. So they're like, yeah, he overtook, and then we come up on green screen on here. Like it's really interactive.
Look, this is racing. It's not Hollywood, Tom.
I know. I'm in the car. I don't even see this amazing kit.
Show us your best reaction face.
What's that? Is that reaction to track limits warning?
I think that was reaction was when I hit you from behind in 2002.
You're not still going on.
That?
Who's forgotten? Listen, Louise was asking me about the track, saying it's a simple track, 4 corners, nothing to it. You've had 5 wins here. Tell us what the little secrets are around here.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know it was that many. Secret is to...
Well, you've been around a long time.
Oh, secret is to getting a good exit and not overdriving, if I'm completely honest. Actually, this weekend, they're being very, very hard on track limits. So much so, I got the warning flag straight away, first lap. And they said, everyone's getting black flag, Tom. And I think one of the reasons I'm not on the top few is I'm actually trying to be so careful by keeping it in on the exit. I think I'm actually not rolling enough speed in now. So it's kind of, you really have to fight this battle of how much speed you roll in to not using too much of the exit, because you will lose your lap time.
And what about tyres around here? I mean, is there going to be any degradation in tyres? Not really, I don't think.
No, I just did 4 laps in a row. They're doing exactly the same 1/10 of a second. It wasn't dropping off at all. So it's going to be nice and consistent. So this is where more so the hybrid will really come into play with the long straights and helping keeping that racing really exciting.
Good stuff.
Well, I want to talk long term because Ronan is in the very exciting position, and it's quite a rare position as well, isn't it? Tell us about the announcement you made yesterday. Your long-term future secure with the team.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. It's a rare thing in this game. It was a no-brainer for me and all my personal partners to be back again. We've got a fantastic package here. Accelerate Motorsport is the place to be. Off the track, the business-to-business front is incredible. Obviously, the most important piece of being able to go and do all of this is the commercial side. That's my full-time job. This is sort of 10% of it, which comes a little bit easier. So, yeah, for sure, we weren't going to get the same sort of deal anywhere else. Not that I'd even looked, because that was never even in question.
It's great security for you to know what's coming and to be able to work on what you built this year, because I feel like you're kind of coming into your own. Obviously, Knockhill was an amazing weekend for you, but Donington, you're on it again though, weren't you?
Yeah, you're right. Thank you. I mean, we kind of felt like we were playing catch-up a little bit. Obviously, we don't do any in-season testing. So FP1 here this morning was my first time in a touring car around Silverstone. And look what we've done. I felt like I've been catching up really well. Obviously, I've got the 2 Toms to learn off. They have vast knowledge and wealth. He's been racing since I was 6 months old in the BTCC. I'd like to remind him that.
How many times has that line come out? Because I love it.
So yeah, I think we've really hit the ground running this weekend, and we've been doing that the last few as well.
Louise, I've seen a man we ought to speak to. No offence, Nick, but I want to have a quick chat with Bobby, because he's come back into the championship. Bobby, you are allowed just on the threshold of the Accelerate Garage, but no closer. Welcome back, mate. It's good to have you back. We've missed you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's been a roller coaster in terms of in, out, in, out. We left being a top 5 car. We've come back not in that chassis, but I think we've got something that can fight up the front. Yeah, it's never good to leave and come back. It's just a mess to your mind, isn't it? But this is the perfect place to come back with. It's not a very technical circuit like a Croft or a Snetterton, so it's a nice one to get my eye back into.
Well, it's a short circuit, so you get plenty of laps, don't you? But look, you're with the legendary Barry Ploughman. That gives you security. You're with the team you know. And as I said to you at the start of the weekend, it's a car, Bobby. Just drive it.
Yeah, exactly right. It's a Cupra. Whether it's mile 1 before or not, it shouldn't make a difference. In terms of driver, we're all allegedly the best, so we've all got to be able to jump in and turn it on when it matters. So that's what I'm hoping to do in the next session.
Good stuff.
We've just been talking to Ronan, who, well, as you'll be aware, has just announced a new 2-year deal with the team. You would just give your IT to be in a position, and in fact, it's not just you. It is very rare, isn't it? Racing drivers live a year by year and often a race by race existence, don't they?
Yeah, as we've already seen with myself this season, you're off the back of someone else's decision all the time. So you always, never know when you're next going to be racing. So, yeah, try and push on like every time's your last one. And drivers this year, all years, have to be marketeers more than race drivers. So, yeah, you've got to make it work off track as well.
Well, it's really good to have you back. Fingers firmly crossed it's working on.
He's one to talk about hair, isn't he?
And styling advice as well. What more could you want? We'll have a good qualifying session and good luck in the racing tomorrow.
Thank you very much. See you soon.
And the green light. The green light is on, and we are underway for qualifying here at the Silverstone circuit. The national run around as well. Just to remind you of the proceedings, this is now a green session, and Sutton has 1 second of hybrid power. Ingram 3, Hill 5, Turkington 7, Camish 9, Cook has 11, Collard and everybody else, Collard is 13, everyone else on the circuit has the full shebang of 15 seconds. And they all head out to the track one by one then, Josh T. And fingers crossed this qualifying session goes uninterrupted, because it's 40 minutes long in total with a 5-minute break in between. And we all want it to go smooth as we're into Q1 now here at Silverstone.
Well, it's touring cars at Silverstone. Nothing ever goes smooth, does it? But hoping for not that many red flags, as I think we all need a break to prepare for tomorrow. But Colin Turkington out in front, and I've definitely noted down the rear-facing garages for when I'm outside tomorrow.
I forgot about that. Well. And another delightful thing is that when I'm back in the box during race 2, after the race, you can go walkies. So you can go around and we can give you the whole stream. Of course, with Omi's in charge, we're limited to what we can do, but with you can still be there with everything as normal. Omi's prepared everything like I would. Very well done, by the way. But yeah, we've got time to go walkies after race number 2 and race 3. So yeah, looking forward to that. One question though, Josh, as the cars get ready for their out laps and formation laps as well. Have you got your tracker working finally? Your iRig microphone and all that lot all sorted? You've not forgotten anything this time?
No, iRig doesn't work with the mics I have.
Ah, right. What have you got then? What have you got for tomorrow? Have you forgotten anything?
No, I have not forgotten anything, and it's basically what I had last time, which isn't the best setup, so yeah.
Hang on, are you taking the... Oh, that one, yeah, okay. Oh, that was alright. One thing I couldn't work out is how your iPhone worked brilliantly at pre-season testing and then really failed at Brands with the connection. But Silverstone's got good internet, so you'll be fine.
Yes, but I need to find my little adapter, which is on my desk somewhere, which stuff's still.
Is that for the headphones?
Yeah.
Because you didn't have those last time out, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember. It was somewhere along the lines. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Omi's now making notes frantically about what to talk about. He says, but Omi, relax. You've been here since Brands Hatch. You know the championship by now. And he's setting up.
No, I'm actually playing around with magnets.
Well, the first times are getting on the board, but it's going to take around about 5 to 10 minutes for the real times to come in. You can see everyone's done a banker lap, gone out there, come straight in. Hilltop, as you can see on the deltas. Let's just get the qualifying tracker sorted as well, and we'll go back over to the battle screen. It's all looking good so far then. Just everyone taking their time in this session, knowing exactly what they need to hold around. And I reckon as well, we could see quite an interesting run around in this session, because one thing you've got to know and got to remember is the situation on hand, which could be the dramatic change around of the settings, because the technical directives here different this weekend in terms of what's allowed with the overtaking limits. They've been very draconian, as you heard Tom Chilton say in the practice sessions, with the overtakes and track limits. So I think, Josh, that's the big thing that the drivers are worried about, is the fact that they all go off at club and all go off down at the Cops Corner. So they're now all thinking, oh God, are we going to lose even more of our lap times for absolutely zero reason?
Yeah, they are definitely going to have to be careful, are the drivers with track limits. They were harsh on it, but they've got even more harsh on it, so definitely going to be changes to driving styles, lap times, etc, etc. But Turkington just gone up to the top, a 59.615. Purple sectors flying everywhere between multiple drivers. It went to Ingram, now it's gone to Morgan, who is second. So the second lap times are coming in.
Yep, and getting much faster with Morgan's middle sector, 15.0 to a 19.0 as well. So this is going to look interesting as they come across the line. Here is Adam Morgan in the BMW. been about a month since the last time touring cars went racing. Nice to have them back since Donington Park. And Morgan comes across the line and sets the fastest time of 58.128 across the board. George Gamble puts it in second position, immediately beaten by Jake Hill. Hill faster, 58.214. So Morgan, Hill, Gamble, Ingram, Turkington, Osborne, and Gamble's had his lap time deleted for track limits. So you can see that on the monitor coming through, a lap time deletion already. And we're going to see that toing and throwing, Josh, for the rest of the session. They're all going to be like, okay, now we've lost time on it, now we've lost it. And it's going to get very confusing before it gets better.
Yeah, it really is. We're going to see tons of lap times deleted. Here comes Dan Camis out the final corner towards the line. What is his lap time? It's a 58.024 and goes a 10th clear, but Hill double 2 purple sectors, tons of traffic out of Luffield. Here he comes up towards Woodcote, takes as much curb as he's allowed to. Hybrid unavailable for the rest of the lap. He's got a car in front of him. Jelly 7th. Where does Jake Hill go? Currently 4th. He goes top with a 57.776.
That Laser Tools Racing with MB Motorsports completely drilled in on this track. And there is Jake Hill with laser eye focus as well. He's fastest, 57.776. Doble second, Camish third, Morgan fourth. Chilton has got up in fifth, and he's just at the fastest first sector time actually, a 14.874. So everyone's moving up. Daniel DeLong up 18 places, up into 8th place now on the timing screen. It's fantastic from him to have such an improvement right off the bat. As you can see now in 8th position. Here is Ingram. Camish goes second at 57.801. Dexter Patterson 8th. Ingram 11th to 3rd, 57.946. And here is Tom Chilton, fastest middle sector of anybody as well. Josh, Chilton's on a roll in that Bristol Streets Motors car.
Yeah, I think we're back, but Chilton coming out of Woodcote now towards the line. Hill, 57.742, goes top. Where does Chilton go? He's slow in the final sector, goes 9th. Half a second off due to traffic.
Remarkably good time then, coming through. Everybody finding the correct deltas, finding the correct systems, exactly what they needed to find. So Lloyd into P9, Crees goes into 12th position. Why they're only showing 20 riders, I don't know, because everyone has set a lap time. We've got them all on our timing screen here. They've all set their bank at lap times as they come into it. Hill on top, and this is a replay coming down towards Brooklands, and that is, Chilton touching the back of Andrew Watson and then locking up coming into Brooklands as well, Josh. That's just a little bit of traffic that they're all worried about in the practice sessions.
Yep, Turkington goes third with a 57.902. Now Sutton goes third, just a couple of hundredths faster than that. Chilton goes up to 5th, but that's what caused Chilton that lap. Just happened at the back of Watson going in towards Brooklands, and someone's had a massive lock-up in front of Sutton.
I think it's Adam Morgan. He's the 33 car just ahead of him on the driver tracker, so I think Morgan's had a lock-up. It was indeed, yeah.
Sutton has aborted his lap time. Tom Ingram, who's currently on 7th, he's out of hybrid for the rest of the lap. And look at all this traffic going down the straight in towards Brooklands. Where does Tom Ingram go? He's currently 7th, goes top of 57.674, 68 thousandths ahead of Hill, and here he is going through the first corner.
Colin Turkington takes 4th position as well with a 57.834. Now remember, it is the top 10 that automatically qualify for the next session. So that's the ones we have to keep an eye on in qualifying number 1. Top 10 for a top 10 shootout. And then we get Cook in P9 at the moment. Osborne has jumped up the order as well. And Butcher, Rory Butcher up to 6th position with a 57.899. So getting up there as well, a couple of thousands actually off the time of Pearson as well. 225 to a 228 in terms of the points systems with gaps as they fly through. Rowbottom following Collard as they come through Luffield into Woodcote, and then across the control line. Once again, so far in this session, 199, now 200 plus laps completed already in this qualifying session, as it was Dan Lloyd, Josh T, who went off the track.
Yep, there's Dan Lloyd going off the track. We've had a couple of massive crashes there over the years at that part of the track, and here is Collard, Rowbottom and Turkington going up towards that part of the track now. Back to Cops on board with Jake Hill, who's just started one of his lap times. Let's have a look what his Sector 1 time is. It is over half a second slower, and
backed
he's
off.
backed off. But Pearson, personal best, Sector 1.
Yeah, had to back off, unfortunately. That's a disappointment. Half the field coming into the pit lane as we approach the midway point of the first session. Ingram 57.674. He's top at the moment. Watson with that damage, by the way. He apparently a broken rear bumper that's having to be fixed. He's down now in 27th position, so there was contact between him and Chilton that we didn't see. I want to see that replay again, as Pearson still got 3 seconds of hybrid power, 2 seconds, now he's used it all, coming towards the line. Ronan Pearson, the Bristol Street Motors car, doesn't improve, but on his time stays down by 0.3 of a second. Just proving, actually, Omi, how tight this national circuit at Silverstone is, because we've got the entire field separated by around about 0.8 of a second, apart from Edwards and Watson, who are outside of that time. Oh my, track limits warnings are quite a bundle right now. Just to let everyone know.
Oh.
Go on, Omi.
Hello.
Hello, we can
Hello,
hear
can you hear me now?
We can, hello.
There we go. Yeah, it is very, very short though. All sorts of stuff going on, and all sorts of traffic issues like we've been seeing a lot of with the other series, but now happening with the touring cars. The touring cars pit lane though is very busy though.
Yeah, Josh T, be careful there tomorrow.
And here's Adam Morgan with that lock-up we saw a little bit earlier on. And, well, here comes cars in the pit lane, and here comes cars out of the pit lane, including the 40 of Taylor Smith and the 16 of Moffat going out on track with 17 minutes to go. Your top 10 is Ingram, Hill, Camis, Turkington, Sutton, Butcher, Pearson, Chilton, Doble and Cook. But Pearson has just set a personal best, Sector 1.
Getting messy once again then. Black and white flag. Are you ready for this? Cars 27, that is Camish. Cars 37 on the board as well. That is going to be Collard. Cars 42. That Gamble. Cars 66. No, it's Josh Cook. Cars 77 of Osborne. Cars 123 of Dan Lloyd. And cars 777 of Michael Crees. Black and white flag for them all for track limits. And further lap times deleted for Morgan, for the 22, the 42 and the 33. So 2 actually lap times deleted for Morgan there, both on lap 6.
Pearson comes across the line, stays 7th as he lost time in the 3rd sector once more. There's more traffic there, but here is Doble. He hasn't improved in his first 2 sectors. He's coming out of Luffield now towards the final corner, which is a corner, but most of them go flat out depending on what you're driving around this Silverstone circuit.
Cross the line. So first half of this session done. Most of the field into the pit lane, as you can see on your trackers up here in the comms box as well on the battle screen. And let's catch up with ITV, see what they're thinking of the thing so far.
Got to try to improve, not only because he's not in the top 10, but he's actually the slowest. He's not done a proper lap time. But now, that car looks like it's got decent pace. That last lap we saw of Ronan Pearson's has been disallowed anyway. Ricky Collard has now lost a lap. The list, as you would imagine, is growing all the time. Others to try to improve.
And Watson too.
Dexter Patterson, and we'll see what Andrew Watson can do. It's a personal best in the middle sector, but it would be really because he's hardly done any lappery, and now with
Doble purple sector 2.
Yep, has changed over as well. So let's have a look on the timing screen. Here's Andrew Watson. Rowbottom goes into the top 10, and Doble 4th. As you said, purple sector 2. Doble going in there. Watson goes 5th. So that pushes Rowbottom out with Morgan in there too. Really are changing this session over once again. quite interesting to see how they're going to move it around and how they're going to adapt it. Some cars in the background having a few moments as well. But it's Ingram, top of the board from Hill, Camish, a lot of traffic again down the Wellington Straight. Here's Aidan Moffat in the 16 car into the braking zone.
Went for it early for the start of the lap as well.
And he's really pushing at the back as well, so Moffat's pushing like crazy as half the drivers now studying the same lap charts that you see at home on the commentary tabs. This is Tom Ingram, second in the championship at the moment, chasing down that of Ash Sutton, 360 odd
That's
points.
going to become a meme. What is Tom Ingram looking at?
Here's Watson through Cops Corner. Keeps it within the track limits this time. Because, Josh, you know this, Omi, you've seen it before in the touring cars. We're used to these guys just flying off the track down in turn one, aren't
Yeah.
they? Flying.
Yeah.
I mean, cars go fly there, cars go bang, cars go crash. Literally, that is the definition of the British Touring Car Championship in 2023. But then when it's not crash, bang, wallop, fly, it's just boring daily driving.
Sadly it is, isn't it? Half boring stuff going out there on the circuit. They will try and find better times. As things stand then, Ingram, Hill, Camish, Doble third. Doble now goes ahead of Camish. Good time spot there with a 57.743. Black and white flags for cars 4 of Turkington, 33 Morgan, 88 out there as well of Doble, and 116 of Ash Sutton, all receiving the black and white flag for track limits. Do it again, you get the black flag, which means you're disqualified from qualifying as a whole. We saw that this morning get taken part with a few drivers black flags to the practice sessions. Yeah. You said that happened a couple of weeks ago, didn't it, in practice? You
That
said
happened at Croft practice too with Watson.
I remember you telling me about that, when you did the broadcast.
The top 6, well, the top 7 within 2/10 of each other. Rowbottom just set a time, but was immediately deleted by the stewards as soon as he came across the line. Here is Taylor Smith, double personal best sectors in sector 1 and 2. He's currently 16th. He needs to get to the top 10 to progress. Where will he go as he comes out of Woodcote? He uses his final bits of hybrid. Currently 16th, goes 11th with a 57.963.
Just outside by 51 thousandths of a second to Chilton. That's insane. How close can you get out there between the differentials?
Hang on a minute.
Go on.
Hill, and that was a little bit dicey from Camish and one of the Toyota cars, but Hill and Doble separated by 1,000th of a second, then Doble to Camish 100th of a second.
You're right.
And Camish comes across the line, does a 57.969, slower than his fastest time, and Rowbottom goes up to 8th after his lap time was deleted on his last.
So a lot of good runs then going on at the moment here in the qualifying session for the British Touring Car Championship. And yeah, Hill goes fastest. Wow, so Hill on a 57.658. Now we're starting to see the deltas come in.
And that is 16 thousandths faster, adjusting the camera there on board.
Yeah, black and white flag for cars 96 and 40. So Aaron Taylor Smith with a black and white flag.
So basically, literally every single driver has a black and white flag.
Yes. I think now everybody does at this point in the race.
Yeah, well, 10 minutes remaining of the session, and Butcher just goes 10th with a 57.857.
One thing I love about...
1,000 slower than Rowbottom.
One thing I love about the TSL timings, in fact, it's all free. So we've got the general information stats, and I've got it on my iPad. This session started, the fastest time was a 103.218, then it became a 103.175 for Morgan. Hill did a 101.392, Turkington a 59.6, Ingram 59.5, Morgan 58.1, Hill 57.776, and then a 57.742. And now Ingram tops the session with a 57.674, and that is all within 9 minutes of track evolution.
And Taylor Smith was in the top 10 and his lap time got deleted. He's now out of the top 10 in 12th. And hello to NT
hello.
in the YouTube chat. And there's no one in the Twitch chat. I'm going to change that, so I'm going to say hello.
You've just popped up in the Twitch chat. Yes, I can just see it. I have the Twitch chat open twice for some reason. Maybe that explains why it's been going funny.
Well, here comes Ashley Sutton out of the final corner.
5th.
He's currently 7th, goes 5th with 57.767.
I could have found some better time, in my opinion. It's quite a quiet session. Then again, I don't think these double qualifyings work. I was at the first one at Snetterton in 2021, and I didn't think they worked then. I don't think they work now. It's too long of qualifying. I think the perfect ones are 30 minutes because it's like a slow bubble. Now, you've got the normal 30 minutes and then you've got to wait for a top 10 shootout. That just doesn't really work. Don't know. Just don't like it.
Well, Morgan's just gone to the outside of the bubble in 10th. He improved from just outside from, I believe it was 13th. But Turkington improving on his lap time. Personal best, green sector 1. Here's Camish.
Oh, Pearson into the top 10.
Goes 10th.
57 point. I can't see it on the time screen. 57.875. So Pearson jumps in and kicks out Adam Morgan from the top 10 shootout with 7 minutes to go. Here's Tom Ingram. He's used all his hybrid in the first half of the lap. Comes across the line out Luffield into Woodcote, and it's 57 point. He's still second place, 16 thousandths off the pace of Hill as things stand, with 7 minutes to go. Not a bad time at the moment. Everyone just keeping it together. We've been green for 22 minutes, and now 23 on the board, which is great news at the moment. The session actually started on time for once, the touring cars, surprising everybody. There's a black and white flag for car 32 of Rowbottom as well for track limits. So everyone finding problems as Thompson goes to 14th and Pearson goes to 8th. Let's check him in ITV.
Those that are outside the top 10 at the moment, who are the big names? Adam Morgan, Tom Chilton. Chilton is 5th, he's in. That pushes Butcher out, and Butcher is in the pit lane at the moment as well. So with 6.5 minutes to go, when he gets back on track, Butcher is going to be the most significant. There he is, new front boots going on. There's no panic at Toyota Gazoo Racing UK. Turkington is up to 7th. But he was in the top 10 anyway. That puts Rowbottom 10th. He's vulnerable.
Yeah, well, with 6 minutes to go and such a short lap time, Butcher's got plenty of time to get out, even
Here
if it
comes
was
Osborne.
a minute and a half to get round, and then he's still got time for sort of 4 laps.
Yeah, you're looking at Osborne's time as he jumps up into 3rd position with a 57.726. He got a lovely toe off of Stephen Jelly there, Josh, round the lap, and it served him perfectly. Oh, and gets a little bit out of shape at the exit of Copse Corner.
And that made me very confused, as that is a very different livery for Sam Osborne. I haven't seen the Sam Osborne livery for this weekend, and that is definitely a napper.
Yeah, it is a blue napper now in a white napper. So they've changed it up a little bit there for the 77. Could we be about to see our first non-napper pole of the season? Because Hill in the BMW faster, look where they are. You've got Osborne 3rd, and nappers have, 8 qualifyings this year, 8 pole positions for nappers?
We do still have the top 10 shootout in around 10 minutes time.
That is something to look forward to, though, is the fact is that our napper a bit vulnerable here, as big slide from Osborne. Wow, how did he save that one?
Was that on his lap time? Or
That was on his lap.
off laps?
That was on his lap time, yeah. How's he kept that
And
then?
he still managed to get 3rd.
All right, never mind. Osborne's going to take pole position then perfectly.
And Turkington is improving on his lap time. He's currently just over a tenth, well, a tenth and a quarter exactly off Moffat Go's 20th. Here's Rowbottom starting a lap time, Josh.
I think he's backed off because he's warming his tyres coming through in towards Maggotts and Beckett's hairpin. So I think he's backed off of that one. Turkington third. Turkington in a perfect last sector jumps up to third on a 57.677. So Turkington finding it.
Separated by 19 thousandths of a second.
Who says the touring cars is boring and predictable? This is the most unpredictable thing we've seen all season long. Once again, delivering the joys that we like to see. But quite a lot of the cars still in the pit lane. Hill, Ingram, Chilton, Thompson, Jelly, Moffat in the pit. No, that's it. They're the only ones in the pit lane. Butcher only 13th.
Goes 12th.
They're all not improving. Rowbottom's 11th. He's struggling to get into the next part of qualifying. And Sutton only 8th. It seems like the Nappers are just biding their time. But seriously, we've had to see Nappers only non-pole of the year. They've been so dominant this season. Every single pole position from Donington Park National to now, they've had pole. 8 races out of the 10. This is the 9th.
Shall I be boring?
Yes.
I think there's going to be a Napa pole in the name of Osborne.
Yeah, it could happen. I'm thinking that, and it'll be a different colour as well. So usually changing the livery causes problems. Not this time. Look at Rowbottom though. He's personal best in the middle sector, but down in the first. So is this quicker or not for Rowbottom? Butcher goes 6th. Rowbottom down to 12th. Morgan goes 10th. Rowbottom can't improve. He stays 13th. Dan Rowbottom in real trouble here.
And Hill is back out on track. He's just completed his second sector on his out lap. He's about to start a lap when he crosses the line next time round.
Really super strange lap now. They've got to be so careful to see if it's going to change or determine what's going to happen next. But Hill, Ingram, and we've got a replay coming through now, and this is down at the hairpin. Oh, lock up, and that's from Moffat, actually, and that's Jelly just ahead of him.
That was teammate.
Yeah. And this is all, yeah. It's Gamble sliding around as well. I feel just sliding around.
We're going to have a spin now, I think, in part 2.
Yeah.
They're going to be pushing so much, and they already are pushing, and Ingram is out.
Black flag for car 37. That is Collard. It is a black flag. Collard is disqualified from qualifying. Black flag. Car number 37. Wow, you don't see those happen a lot in a qualifying. He's out.
Noble 5th.
Now that's unusual.
Yes.
So he'll have to go to race control now, but he can no longer take part in qualifying, right?
Have they gone a little bit too far with the track limits is now the question.
Yeah, because it's literally like, it's questionable. Because all we're seeing on the race control messages tab at the moment is lap time disqualified, black flags, black and white flags, which is the warnings. So yeah, they're going too far.
Gonna start black flagging people in the race for track limits.
I think it's an automated procedure, you know, so I think you've got a point here. Omi, you better be writing that down to keep an eye on it. There's Collard in the pits now.
Yeah, Collard comes in to retire. Sutton does a 58.355, and Sutton is on the bubble. Sutton could not make the top 10 shootout, and now this would be massive news, Josh.
Really would be if Sutton doesn't go through, our championship leader, and taken more pole positions this season than any other driver. 30 seconds left in this session, and we're closing into it as well. Morgan clears it through. No one's improving, Josh T.
Who's just set a personal best Sector 1. Rowbottom. Rowbottom could knock Sutton out.
Oh, I don't think Rowbottom's going to complete the lap time in time. Sutton won't, so this is Rowbottom then with taking the checkered flag. This is going to be very crucial. We're going to go across the line together. Checkered flag out. Rowbottom the first to meet it. And does he kick out Sutton? No! Rowbottom 13th, Thompson 15th, Lloyd in 16th, Camish 8th, Butcher 7th, Doble 5th, Taylor Smith 2nd. Lloyd in 16th. Sutton only goes 10th. Sutton is on the bubble. Morgan doesn't do it. Watson's looking good. Cook to 17th. And Thompson lap time deleted by the stewards. We're all looking at the timing screen, seeing if anybody else can do it.
He might be safe, I think.
I think he might be. That is playing it close to the mark as Holstead comes in. Oh, and Patterson side by side with him, and that's going to be impeding. But I think Sutton's just about in, Josh T. That's impressive stuff.
That was very, very close indeed. Yep.
Black flag, car 19, black flag. So that is Bobby Thompson receiving the black flag. So that's 2 drivers in this one session alone receiving the black flag and being told, thank you very much for your service. You can go now, effectively. So I don't know. It's going to get very controversial if they both decide that they won't go any further in this running order. But end of part 1 of qualifying. The top 10, Hill, Taylor Smith, Ingram, Turkington, Doble, going in there as well with Sutton. Rounding it out there, the 10 going through. And eliminated Morgan, Watson, Rowbottom, Pearson, Cook, Collard, Jelly, Thompson, Patterson, Moffat, Lloyd, DeLong, Gamble, Butel, Crees, Holstead, and Jade Edwards 27th. Let's go over then to ITV as we wait the second part of qualifying. Louise Goodman's on her way down the pits and running.
Camish, Chilton, Sutton, the 10 that will go through. So it's been incredibly competitive, incredibly tight, and it has the potential to be even more dramatic. Pete Osborne there looking very pleased with Sam's effort. We might hear from Pete in a moment, partly as a proud team owner, partly as a proud dad, because, as I say, that was Sam's lap of laps. He was, in the end, he was 68 thousandths away from the top time, but he's in the showdown for the first time. That is quite some lap, and Louise is down there joining the Osborne family celebrations.
Yeah.
Louise, it's all yours.
Yeah, well, I'm going to dive in and have a. I can see the smile. I don't know whether you can catch that on the camera, but you're a very happy boy already, aren't you? That was some lap.
Yeah, definitely some lap. I mean, we looked into a little bit of a toe down the back, which made a massive difference. So yeah, we just got to string it together now and first for a top 10 shootout. That's interesting.
The guys were looking at your best qualifying so far this season. You are already way above that, aren't you?
Yeah, we're getting there, aren't we? So showing what this car can do, eh?
So how? I don't mean this disrespectfully, but why are you so on it with this car this weekend? Or is it just the circuit that you love? What's doing it for you?
Well, the field is so close. It's unbelievable. Like, literally, there's nothing separating any of us. So the luck comes in with a little bit of toe and a little bit of car, and it's amazing how much your weekend can change from free practice 1 being bottom of the timetables to in the top 10. So yeah, it's really something how close. You don't realise how close it really is. It's amazing, really.
You've got some very illustrious teammates. You're currently way ahead of them. So
for once, I'll be first in debrief then, won't I?
So all eyes on you to maintain the record of poles for the team, is it?
Oh, now you're putting pressure on me.
Just go out there and enjoy it. Good luck in the final shootout. Back to you guys.
Louise, thanks. Well, what a showdown this promises to be then. Just to make the point again, it's Jake Hill, Aaron Taylor-Smith, Tom Ingram, Colin Turkington, Mikey Doble, Sam Osborne, Rory Butcher, Dan Camish, Tom Chilton and Ash Sutton, who are the 10 that go through. There are still 1 or 2 laps falling out of the system for track limit offences late in that session. But I mean, that is an order that I don't think we would have predicted. Those are 10 drivers we wouldn't have necessarily put in the top 10.
And I honestly don't think we can predict how it will shape up in the final session, because with only a 10th between them, it's literally any down to anyone. And Sam made a good point. If you luck into a toe, in other words, you're just in the right distance, you know, about 100 yards and a little bit less than 100 yards behind another car who's on a good lap, so he's pulling you all the way around, you can pick up a couple of tenths. Well, a couple of tenths in this would be huge, wouldn't it?
Absolutely right. We've been talking about the margin covering the top 10. It was 0.181. It shrank again to 0.109, just fractionally over a tenth of a second. And that, just to put it in context, is about the time it takes Tim to inhale a cake. So Jake Hill, 4 thousandths of a second faster than anybody else. But all that's academic now. Those lap times you just throw away. And for those 10, we reset. So these are the 10 that go through. Jake Hill, Aaron Taylor-Smith, Tom Ingram, Colin Turkington, Mikey Doble and Sam Osborne, Rory Butcher, Dan Camish, Tom Chilton and Ash Sutton. Then the rest of the grid, barring any penalties lurking, is set. Adam Morgan, 11th. Andrew Watson behind him after that good FP2 effort. Then Dan Rowbottom ahead of Ronan Pearson. Josh Cook will be very miffed to be only 15th. And Ricky Collard after a black flag, 16th. Then Stephen Jelly, another black flagged driver, Bobby Thompson, 18th. But ahead of his teammate Dexter Patterson. Aidan Moffat is but 20th. 21st, Dan Lloyd ahead of Darryl De Leon, and then George Gamble a long way back. Jack Butel next ahead of Michael Crease, a long way down for him, Nick Halstead, and then Jade Edwards to round out the order. We've got just under 2 minutes before the green flag flies for Q2. Right, now can I say, pick somebody for pole position?
No.
Or would you just run for the door?
No, absolutely not. I've got had messages from the one and only Jason Plato, who's watching online, incredulous at just how tight it is. I don't know if he's got a pick for pole, but he's certainly loving the competitive nature of this championship now. He pointed out to me that he was on pole in 2019.
Yes.
With a slightly slower lap time than the record, although he did point out that he was 52 years old at that point.
Never lost it, did he?
No, he never lost it.
And it would be good to have him back, but right now he's a fascinated viewer. One of the most impressive people in Q1, Mikey Doble, currently second in the Jack Sears Trophy. Mikey with Louise.
Mikey, that was a great lap. All you got to do now is go out there and do it again, or maybe better.
Yeah, it'd be nice to go a little bit better, but happy with the pace we've got. It's nice to take what we had in practice through to qualifying. I still think there's a little bit more time in me and the car, so I think we're a real contender for the top spot.
You've arrived here with a car that's working well, haven't you?
Yeah, we have. The Astra's always gone well around here. I think we're going green in 30 seconds, so I better get it started up.
I'll let you get your head down. Thanks. Thank you.
Honestly, these racing drivers, Louise, they want everything.
Yeah, good old Lou, right in there till the last moment.
Here we go then.
Right then, engines do fire. The teams are ready to push the cars back. Silverstone having this weekend, like other venues this year, adopted the principle of having the cars nose into the garage so that people in the paddock, the fans, can see the cars, the front of the cars, rather than just the rear end. And it's, again, making the championship ever more fan-friendly. It was pioneered here. It works well here with the huge pit garages. And the green flag is waved. The showdown is underway. 10 minutes, which doesn't sound a lot, but of course, again, to make your point, it's a short lap, so here you do get many more laps in than you would elsewhere.
Yeah, and I think this is where we're going to see the format really sort of come up with its own, Josh T, because it's if it doesn't work here, then we're in trouble. 10-minute shootout, 10 cars, it's going to be an energetic session.
Yeah, if it doesn't work here, then it's not going to work anywhere else.
How have you gone quieter? What's happened there?
I mean, I haven't changed my mic volume, and also game's off, so don't ask me, but
we'll find out. Go on.
Top 10 showdown. If it doesn't work here, it didn't really work at Brands Hatch.
Yeah.
It's chaos. Knock Hill, Brands Hatch, and Silverstone are probably the only circuits where if it doesn't work there, then it's not going to work.
Trying to figure out what's happened actually to that system as well. It's quite confusing. It's confusing me, but it seems to be all okay now. Amy?
Yeah. Yeah, I've now got to run off as well.
No worries. You've got to go.
And Quinte as well.
Okay. Who's your pick for pole?
Who's looking good? Tell me him. I don't know.
I would probably go with a napper. So either Osborne, Sutton, or Camish. So take a pick.
Well, luckily now I've got them all in front of me in my notes. So I'll go for Osborne.
Good choice. Good choice, actually. Not a bad choice at all.
Okay. Right, I'll see you. Josh T, I'll see you tomorrow for. Actually, yeah. But I'll see both of you for the F1 race.
Yes, you will. And yeah. So take care, Omi. Go and have fun with your commentary. We'll see you later.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So Omi disappears to the back rooms. Josh T is still with me up in the comms box. Not in the back rooms. But you'll be trackside tomorrow, so I suppose that's even better.
Yes, I go to the front rooms instead of the back rooms.
I can't wait for you to be in that paddock as well, looking at all the drivers in the grids like you were at Brands Hatch. That was fantastic. We'll do another video of the stables connections better. Silverstone's much better for Wi-Fi connection as well. We've had Jess trackside there earlier on in the year. Right, first time on the board, it's Butcher with a 101.625. That's going to come down quite a lot, isn't it, Josh, in the next few minutes?
Yes.
So this is only the bankers.
Yeah, that's going to come down a lot. We saw a 57, I think it was a 57.8
Yeah.
or 57.9, but there we go. A 1 minute point
Already.
024 from Turkington. They're already coming down
So
quite a lot.
time's improving already, so what we need to see, second by second, they are getting quicker, 6 minutes to go. That's only their second lap, so only 10 of them completed in total at the moment, now 19. You can see how quick they all go across the line to take it over. So Sutton, fastest sectors 1, 2 and 3. Are we about to see, oh, he's lost it, he just drifts it, coming in towards Brooklands and loses the lap time, and that's crucial. A big loss of time there. Sutton will have to complete the lap time, but Josh, this is big. Napa making errors and Sutton making errors when it matters most in the championship.
That is massive. He comes across the line. Where
He's
does he
still
still
pole.
go? He still goes top with a 59.442. That Napa's quick. They were sandbagging.
59.442, half a second faster than Turkington despite the mistake. Watch out for Sutton in a second. They really were just letting everybody think that they're going to have a better weekend. Talk us through it, Josh, because it just locks up.
Yeah, here we are. The onboard just locks up. The wheel just slides. Massive correction needed there. Here we are on the offboard. Just goes round, goes for the turn, and it just looks like it does not turn. And there was no lock-up smoke or anything from what I saw, but a massive mistake there. But there is Osborne.
So Sam Osborne will get his cars changed over, his tyres changed over, and he'll head back out onto the track and see how he goes for the remainder. Here's Jake Hill coming up towards the line. And Hill in the Laser Tools Racing with MB Motorsport. Fastest middle sector, BMW pole. Forget Butcher, BMW. And Butcher's lap time's been deleted. It's a 57.531 for Jake Hill. And he's taking provisional pole position, but his lap time's deleted. Lap time deleted by the stewards. Unbelievable. So Turkington takes provisional pole position. And Doble is in second. Mikey Doble in P2 in the 88. Fantastic.
59 exactly. 59 seconds, 59.000 for Mikey Doble. Turkington, who's top with 58.514. He just set a purple sector, but that's now been taken away from Doble.
And Doble, yeah, everyone's losing dancers. You can't breathe in this one. It's changing every second. Every second, every lap, every driver, just something different. Something different that you've got to keep your eye peeled on. And this championship changing again. I love the touring cars. Everybody knows that, but this is just getting ludicrous, the amount it's changing.
This is amazing touring cars. Ingram goes 5th. Camis lap time deleted. Doble goes top of 57.635.
Doble takes provisional pole position here in Silverstone. And now it's up to him to decide whether or not he wants to go faster or slower, because he now takes that pace in the session with only a couple of minutes to go. So, come on. Mikey Doble, provisional pole. I'd take that.
Amazing.
I'm not seeing anything from, well, Camish is fastest sector 2. Camish has that middle sector time, so he's still got some time to find. So it's not all over yet then. Here's Dan Camish coming across the line. Fastest middle sector using his remaining hybrid. Goes goes. Well, that's Chilton up into fourth, but where is Camish and the other Napa? Here he is. Second, he doesn't do it. Oh, it is 61,000 for Doble improves. 57,599 for Doble. He improves on his overall best time, and now it's really getting faster. Here is Sam Osborne in the Napa. It's a different livery, but it is still the same car. Turkington coming in as well with 2 minutes to go. Camish lost his long time again. Black and white flag for car 6 of Butcher for track limits. It's all kicking off again.
This is an amazing, amazing qualifying session from the touring cars. Chilton could go fastest, but we're keeping an eye on Colin Turkington. Let's see how he goes.
Yeah, this is the one we wanted to see. Turkington, no, doesn't improve, goes second, 57.611, 12 thousandths off the pace of Doble. Jake Hill only goes third, Chilton only goes fourth. Ingram set the fastest middle sector. Camish isn't improving, Sutton's not improving. Camish only goes sixth with 2 minutes to go. Napa are not there, and Ingram only goes third. It's going to be Mikey Doble who might take a pole position for the first time this year, and in a car that isn't a Napa. For the first time since last year at Brands Hatch. Can't wait for this. Come on. Oh, car 77, lap time deleted. So Osborne drops to the back of the field. And I think, Josh, this is going to go down to who's got tyre temp, who's got the right thing, and who can keep it within the white lines of the track limits.
Yeah, but absolutely amazing qualifying session. Here comes Tom Chilton. Personal best sector 1, yellow sector 2. Where does he go? He's currently 5th. He stays 5th with a 57.755.
Here's the 77. This is Sam Osborne. He's been setting faster times, but keeps having them deleted. The 27 now of Dan Camish has had a lap time deleted for track limits. So Camish not improving. Sutton's had a hybrid power. Napa looking vulnerable here at Silverstone. On a weekend they could claim the team's championship, and Ash Sutton can become a 4-time champion of this series, and he is not improving. As Osborne slow in the middle sector. This is on board, I believe, with Sutton, and he's drifting that car everywhere. It's not looking stable at all, Josh, but he is personal best. Osborne only goes 10th.
Osborne doesn't improve, but here comes Ash Sutton. He's currently 6th. Where does he go? Ash Sutton 4th.
And he's 68 thousandths off the pace of Doble. The top 5 are separated by 91 thousandths of a second. A tenth of a second in the top 5 as Hill goes into 4th, even increases it. The checkered flag's out now. This is it. Hill's 45 thousandths of a second off the pace. The top 5 are separated by 68 thousandths of a second. 68 thousandths in the top 5. Chilton comes into the pit lane. Ingram goes into 3rd. Jake Hill, I don't think is improving. Sutton, not improving either in the first sector. I think it's done. The reign of Napa is over. All hail the Vauxhalls. And it's Mikey Doble on provisional pole position.
What did we just watch?
I think that's Sutton coming into the pit lane, if I'm not mistaken. Cross the line. Is there anything he can do? No! Sutton will not take it. 57.663. Dan Camish can't improve. Osborne is 3 seconds off the pace. Can Dan Camish keep the Napa power alive across the line? He's the last driver out there. No! No! It's done! The Napa reign has fallen. It's done. 8 consecutive pole positions in 2023 come to a stop at Silverstone. Napa has fallen. Vauxhall rise. And it's Mikey Doble who takes his first ever pole position in the touring cars. And car 88 will start P1. And for the first time this year, in the first race after a qualifying, it will not be a blue car down to turn 1. It'll be white and space grey.
Absolutely incredible, incredible touring car qualifying session. No red flags, all clean, couple of mistakes from some big names, but the man on top, Mikey Doble, what a qualifying session.
And this is Jake Hill into Brooklands. What's he done? Is there a small error? Locked up front left. That's locked. Well, actually kept on the apex. Did he go off track? No. Don't see anything wrong with that. Yes, it was a lock-up, but it didn't cost him time. He hit the apex okay. But 64 thousandths of a second separate the top 5. Madness! Madness! Utter madness! Doble pole. Turkington 2nd, Ingram 3rd, Hill 4th, Sutton 5th, Chilton 6th, Camish 7th, Taylor Smith 8th, Butcher 9th, Osborne 10th. And I tell you what, I now regret I won't be doing race 1 tomorrow. Here's hoping that MotoGP has a rainstorm and it delays the race for a long, long time, like it did today, so I could do race 1 of the touring cars. I beg of you, I beg of you. That'd be quite fun if so.
Yes.
Oh, I really hope so. Just let Megan's laptop deal with MotoGP. I'll set that up as a backup, actually. Just in
Look
case.
at that. 64,000 of a second, though.
Let's head down to ITV, get the interviews, and then we'll sign off from the running order.
Technical checks, making sure the ride height is okay. Colin Turkington, second fastest then. And Sam Osborne's track limit offences meant that his good times were disallowed. So can I, for the purposes of hype here, do the top 9, which are covered by 0.281 of a second? Because if I go to the top 10, they're covered by 3 and a bit, which doesn't sound quite so good. And it doesn't really tell you how competitive the whole session has been. But 12 thousandths between the top 2 is just nuts.
It's absolutely nothing, is it? And there's only 300ths between the top 3.
Yeah.
So, that's even more crazy. But plaudits to Doble. He has the time, and it's the fastest time we've seen this weekend. That's the time to do it.
And he's got to get himself, as I hope he will, without drama, through the technical checks. But the ride height will be checked, the weight of the car will be checked, and there'll be 1 or 2 less happy people, such as Tom Ingram. He's 3rd fastest. Well, I suppose the good thing is, Louise, at least he's ahead of Jake and Ash, isn't he?
He is indeed, and he's just handing his gear over to Sam Riches, grabbing a drink. 2 bottles, Tom. P3. Your verdict on that one?
Gin and a tonic. What more do you want? Yeah, very good. Very, very good. It's good to be here. Firstly, massive congratulations to Power Metz and Mike. He's done a fantastic job there. So, yeah, really, really pleased to see it for him. Yeah, we're in good shape. Yeah, I think that I think the lack of hybrid does affect it around here, as we've kind of seen. But no, very, very pleased to be lining up in fairly good place for tomorrow. Let's see what race day brings.
What are your thoughts looking ahead to the race day?
Well, if I knew that, I wouldn't be stood here. I'll be having a crystal ball stall on the side of the promenade somewhere. But I think we need to just, as I said to you when you and I spoke earlier on, it's just going to be a case of trying to be managed risk this weekend and try to take out anything that we can and bag as many points as we can. But yeah, very, very pleased. Good place, but yeah, man of the moment's over there.
Yeah, let's go and let's just bring the camera in on the moment of the man of the moments. If we can just dive through, and we'll head in. He's just climbing out the car, but I'm sure he pushing in as always in front of the lovely Alan Hyde. I'm sure he won't mind. But wow, 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 wow. How fantastic. How good was that?
Thanks, mate. Well done, mate. Oh, I can't quite believe what's just happened. I mean, getting in the top 10 shootout was an achievement enough. I just thought, right, we're here now. Thank you very much. Pole position. Yeah, getting in the top 10 was unbelievable, but to go out and get pole and to hear the engineers say, I don't think anyone's going quicker, I'm like, Jesus, is this really happening? But yeah, over the moon for it.
I mean, by that point, you've done all you can. It's kind of in the hands of the gods, isn't it, to see whether anybody could beat that time. How nervous were you about that?
I wasn't nervous about not being on pole position. It's new territory for me, but you know, when you go into those top 10 shootouts, people don't generally have that much rubber left. So if you're leading with a few minutes to go, then the chances are, unless someone pulls out a miracle, you're going to be on pole position. So yeah, there we are. I told you I'd be a contender going into this top 10.
You did, and I said to you, go out there and go faster, and you did just that. But such a tight session as well. How perfect did you have to be? How perfect was that lap?
I'd have to go back and look through the data, but the thing I kept telling myself was just to not not overdrive the car. We've had the pace all day. It's been effortless in the car. The car's been on rails. I can't thank the guys enough at Car Store Power Max Racing. But yeah, I've just got to go out there and do its thing and just do what it's capable of doing.
Well done. Congratulations. It's a fantastic result for you. Now, let me just having a look around. Yes, I can see Colin Turkington. Let's go over and dive in. I'm afraid poor Alan Hyde. I'm going to have to disturb him again to dive in and grab a word with Colin. Colin, congratulations. Front row start and a new boy alongside you.
Yeah, thank you, Louise. Yeah, P2 is more than I thought we could achieve, you know, on the front row. Once I got through to Q2, I was thinking, I can see a P6 on the cards here, you know, looking at free practice, that's sort of our pace, but yeah, it's a one-lap wonder. You just have to send it, and yeah, I don't think I had much of a toe on that lap. That would have helped, but you know, congratulations to Mikey. You know, it's getting on your first pole position is a big moment. You know, it's quite a few years ago for me now, but I remember that, and it's you know, congratulations. They've, you know, to Parmax, they've done a great job there, but you know, hopefully we can put them under pressure tomorrow and you know, nick a podium.
So top 6, you were thinking that was all you had in you.
Well, of course, qualifying you never know. Free practice, we were just on the old carryover tyres, so it's all changes when you put new rubber on. But yeah, it's always so close around Silverstone, and you know, I don't think I've ever been this far up in qualifying. I was P10 last year, you know, giving it stacks. So you know, that's why I thought P6 I'd be happy. But P2 is, yeah, it's so close at the front. You know, I could have been pole or I could have been 5th or 6th. You know, it's like a 10th covering most of us.
Race is clearly different, but given what we've seen today, can we expect really close racing as well?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, last year was close. Going on the form book this season, it'll be even closer. So, you know, a lot of it's dictated by the start and, you know, the first couple of laps for us. You know, obviously that's where we have to work a bit harder. So if we can get a clean getaway. But yeah, I'm keeping good company at the front of the grid. You know, Dick told me who else is sort of Ingram, Sutton, you know, all the big hitters. So yeah, I'm in good company.
Great stuff. We'll see you out there tomorrow. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Lou. Josh T, what did you make of that session then in total? It was really interesting once again.
Absolutely incredible. I can't think of a qualifying that was better and closer in this year.
Yeah. Neither can I.
Absolutely incredible.
So cars will go out and do their way back to the main garages, as it's a 2-part system here, of course. Going into tomorrow then, Josh, trackside, 11 a.m, race 1. What are you most looking forward to being trackside? It's going to be great at Silverstone.
It's going to be absolutely amazing just how close this qualifying was and how this qualifying session was. It's going to be a great day, and I can't think of one better to go trackside at Silverstone. Definitely a great circuit to go to if you can.
Championship day could be tomorrow. Josh T's trackside to bring us all the action once more. Will Ash Sutton do it? Well, race 1 starts from 5th on the grid. My thanks to Omi. My thanks to you, Josh. We'll see you trackside tomorrow as well. That does it then for us here today on JB Motorsports. We'll be back tomorrow morning. All the action from the Formula 1 Japanese Grand Prix. That's first up as well. 5 a.m. British Summer Time, we're on air. And then straight after, it's the Moto 3, Moto 2 and MotoGPs. Moto 3 and Moto 2 was on Twitch only. MotoGP live as well, all set to go there. And then following us, it'll be the 3 touring car races. Omi and Josh in race 1. And then taking us in race 2 and race 3. I'll be back in the box with them too as well. Thanks to you, Josh. Thanks to everyone at home. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.